Hello and a warm welcome to this special broadcast where the Federal, its sister concern, Pudya Talamarai and Apt Research Group have conducted an all India pre-poll survey just ahead of the elections to gauge the mood of the voters. This survey was conducted across 19 states, and the period in which this pre-poll survey was done was between December 2023 and January 2024. Now, we have some interesting set of questions on the basis of which we have come out with certain findings and we've picked up all these questions state-wise, and in today's episode we'll talk about three states, that is Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Obviously these three states where you had elections recently, so lots to talk about these states in the northern belt. And I'll straight away go to the questions from Chhattisgarh because that's the first state which we will pick up and just see what the voters have had to say on the questions we have asked. Now, say, for example, which among the following describes best the change in your economic status in the past 5 years? So, 47 has seen a change for the better. 40.72% have said has remained the same. 47.58 has deteriorated. 9.85. Others' opinion specify nothing and can't say don't know is 1.84. Then which according to you are the top three schemes of the government led by Modi, PM Modi? UPI remains the most popular scheme, 48.41. Then you have supply of free rations to over 80 crore people since COVID, 63.44, providing safe drinking water through taps to households in rural areas, 54.76, and financial assistance to farmers through direct benefit transfer, that is 30.22, significantly enhancing India's stature internationally, 32.05, then significantly the quality standards of our national highways, that is 40.98, and others' opinion 2.92. Then again, you have a question like, are you a beneficiary of any of the schemes implemented by the central government? Yes, 37.81. No, 59.85. Others' opinion 0.75, and can't say don't know is 1.59. So these are all the key questions which have been asked of the voters in Chhattisgarh. We have a few more questions. So there you have on your screen the next set of questions. Which among the following issues will determine your voting intention in the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections? Price rise, 31.14. Unemployment, 30.05. Modi continuing as PM, 40.90. Stable government, 8.35. New government at the center, 5.68. And other issues specified, that's 3.51. Then the next question. Who are your top three all-time favorite prime ministers of India? Jawaharlal Nehru, 16.44. Indira Gandhi, 25.96. VP Singh, 9.68. Rajiv Gandhi, 16.61. I'm sorry. Narasimha Rao, 10.18. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 72.45. Dr. Manmohan Singh, 23.79. Narendra Modi, 82.72. And any other leader specified, that is 16.44. Then the next question. Among the leaders of the opposition parties, who, according to you, will make a good prime ministerial candidate? Arvind Kejriwal, 18.70. These are all in the alphabetical order. Akhilesh Yadav, 2.17. Mamta Banerjee, 2.50. Nitish Kumar, 5.18. Rahul Gandhi, 15.53. Sharad Pawar, 3.34. Any other leader specified, that is 13.36. And can't say don't know is 39.23. So these were some of the interesting questions which were asked of the voters of Chhattisgarh. And let me now introduce our panelists to you, because we have representatives from all the three states, along with our psephologist Raghuram T, who's there with us, and S. Srinivasan, who's the editor-in-chief of The Federal and the head of the Pudya Talamarai group. So thank you so much. And let me introduce you to my guests who are joining us from Chhattisgarh. Sunil Kumar is joining us. So thank you so much for joining. We have Manish Godha from Rajasthan joining us. Thank you so much, Manish. And we have Deepak Tiwari from Madhya Pradesh. Thank you so much. Now, let me begin with Raghuram. The Chhattisgarh data and the set of questions which we have played out. What are the basic outcomes? And not all the points, but the basic issues like price rise. Modi still remains the most popular prime minister. Then, of course, the opposition leaders. So what do these set of questions really indicate about the voting pattern of Chhattisgarh?
The key takeaways for me are 63% of the voters saying that the free rations scheme uh, is the top scheme of the current government. 54% is the backing for the Jal Jeevan Mission. So these are the top three schemes rated by the voters in Chhattisgarh. Now, another interesting data is that 40% of the voters have said Modi returning as Prime Minister will influence their voting decision. That is another key data. And then, when asked to rate the top three prime ministerial, all-time favorite prime ministers of India, Modi has the backing of 82.72% of the voters. Another interesting takeaway is the backing for Arvind Kejriwal is 18.7%, and that for Rahul Gandhi is 15.53%. So these are briefly the key takeaways from these questions.
All right. Srini sir, what would you really say looking at the set of questions which have been asked of the Chhattisgarh voters? And then I'll come to Sunil sir, because by that time he would have just read the entire data. But what would you really say to the voters in Chhattisgarh? Because we just recently had the Vidhan Sabha elections over there. And these set of questions really indicate what at this point of time?
Yeah, so here, if I see through the whole thing, there are two issues here. One is, of course, the economic issue, and the second is a political issue. As far as economic development issues are concerned, people seem to know very well what the top scheme is. They know that there is a free ration which is being given since COVID, so they seem to know that. Digital payment is only 48.41, so I'm not that surprised, probably because somebody from there has to tell us whether the penetration of that is slightly lower than the other parts of India, the digital penetration. Probably that's the reason. And together, I think 63% and 54% does indicate that, yeah, people are looking at these kind of, changes to them. Again, if you see unemployment, it's a 30% still saying. But what is, if you read together, Modi continuing as PM 40%, Narendra Modi, who's the top three all-time favorite, 82%. If you see these two together, again, it seems that when it comes to the prime ministerial candidate, people seem to have a clear preference. For me, it's a real surprise that Arvind Kejriwal, who hardly has any presence in Chhattisgarh, figure over Rahul Gandhi. So that's really intriguing for me. Whereas, Congress party has been around for a while now, for a long time. AAP is hardly known there. Right. So that's why I look at this.
All right. So, Sunil ji, if you have seen the data, and of course, those sort of questions which have been asked of the voters of Chhattisgarh, and now that these questions are coming just ahead of the Lok Sabha elections, what does it really mean for the voter in Chhattisgarh, according to you? All these questions, like who's the most popular prime minister, unemployment, price rise, all these issues which have been asked. Now, what is the voter of Chhattisgarh really looking at, especially now when the BJP has been voted to power in the Vidhan Sabha elections? What is it really looking forward to now for the Lok Sabha elections?
I can overlook the whole set of questions and what people have responded. The issues for next parliament elections are totally different. Modi is the single biggest issue for whom people are going to vote. It is Modi versus all others. Modi is the single issue which is going to influence people. That is one. Another issue has popped up just now, a couple of weeks back, that is Ram Lala. And the whole Ram Lala issue is also, it is surrounded by Modi. If you have seen the event, it was more of Modi doing Pran Pratishtha, of whom doesn't read. It was again Modi playing larger than Ram Lala there at Ayodhya. People are dancing to his tunes. Majority of people are huge. In last parliament election, out of 11 seats, BJP has got 9. This time, probably it may not Congress may not even get the 2 seats which it had got last time.
Right.
So Modi, to me, there are no other economic issues. People might have replied to different questions, but if you look at the issues in the air, what people think, it is just Modi and all others, and there are no all others in Chhattisgarh. Congress has marginalized like anything, not just in assembly election, but even after assembly election. Rahul Gandhi had spent a few days here in Bharat Jodo Yatra, and he was a total non-issue. He had become a local issue. Wherever he was going, only local response was there. So Congress is a non-issue, Rahul is a non-issue, it is a Modi and nothing else. So that is, to me, is the issue here.
All right. So you made some interesting points. And now let's get straight into the Chhattisgarh discussion where we will predict through this pre-poll survey as to what our survey is saying as far as the vote share percentage is concerned. So if I may ask my colleague to play out that graphics where we bring you the vote share percentage of Chhattisgarh. Now there you have the screen. BJP 54.59% is the vote share likely predicted in 2024. Then Congress 36.14%, others 1.92%, and can't say don't know is 7.35%. Now, Sunil sir, if I may come to you, and is this the kind of vote share you are actually looking at, and does it really matches with the sentiment on the ground as what things are unfolding here in Chhattisgarh?
These figures probably are larger in favor of BJP since last parliament elections in 2019. Things look like that. Modi is a larger figure than what he was in 2019. And Ram Lalla is added, being the Hindi-speaking belt. People are large majority is a Hindu population, and Ram Lalla is a big issue here. Most of the government schemes of even the previous government and this government, they claim a connection to Ram. Ram Van Gaman Path was the scheme of Bhupesh Baghel. Here, Ram Lala Darshan Yojana is BJP government. Things are revolving around religion and Ram. You cannot expect any other party but BJP to gain on that front. So BJP definitely is going to get more votes than last parliament election. That is one. Probably it would get more percentage of votes than assembly elections, which has taken place just a few months back. So this percentage, it looks like Congress losing some percentage and BJP gaining some. So there are no other significant third parties in parliament elections. In assembly, there were some minor players. In parliament election, just these two parties are going to be there. Congress looks like losing some percentage points, which are going to BJP.
Right. All right. So now let's play out that chart because you were talking about a comparison between 2019 and 2024. So you'll have it on your screen, a comparative vote share of what we saw in 2019 and 2024. Now look at the vote share percentage of BJP. In 2019, it was 51.44. It gains by roughly about 4%, 54.59%. And seats it had won in Lok Sabha in 2019 were 9 seats. Now, Congress, in 2019, the vote share percentage was 41.50, and it has come down. What is predicted according to our survey is 36.14. And the number of seats won by Congress in 2019 were two Lok Sabha seats. Now, others' opinion, 2019, we didn't have anything. And in 2024 is about 1.92. That's what we are seeing. Now, Raghuram, if I may come to you, this particular figure, so which means that BJP continues with its momentum, the kind of humping majority it got in the Vidhan Sabha election. So no incumbency. The voters still want to remain with BJP. That's the large feeling which we get looking at this survey.
Yeah, in the last Lok Sabha elections, the BJP was ahead of the Congress by nearly 10 percentage points. Based on our findings, they are now 18 percentage points ahead of the Congress. So they are in a position of advantage. But in the recently concluded assembly elections, the BJP was ahead of the Congress by only 4 percentage points. So it's not that Congress is lagging far behind amongst popular support, just that they don't have the type of support for the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections. As proved by the assembly election results, the gap was only 4 percentage point. Whereas for the forthcoming Lok Sabha election, since it's a parliamentary election, people's preference for Modi and the BJP government is far more, and that is why the gap is wider for the Lok Sabha elections.
Right. One question from Sunil sir. Yes, I was coming to you, then I'll go to Srini sir. Sunil sir, I mean, Congress has changed its state in charges. Now, Sachin Pilot is to be seen in Chhattisgarh. What is Congress doing as far as preparations on the ground are concerned? We can see a BJP momentum, we can feel it. But what is happening on the Congress front as far as the preparations on the ground are concerned?
Nothing. Congress leaders are afraid of each other that if they are given a party ticket, other leaders would try to defeat them. When discussion took place inside the party and people suggested ex-Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel that he should contest parliament election, he told everybody that he would contest only if other senior leaders would also contest. So Congress leaders are scared of each other. That is one. Another thing which has not figured in questions of this survey, but which is very much there, it is Modi versus performance of Bhupesh Baghel government. In Chhattisgarh, voters would look at, if at all, they would look at Congress. They would look at the performance of previous Congress government, which was loaded with the corruption and crime. And the Congress leaders are facing a number of cases in ED court and other courts. So many cases have been filed against them. So the issue, the main issue is Modi's popularity versus Bhupesh government's unpopularity. It hasn't surfaced in the questionnaire. So the biggest issue when Chhattisgarh voter would compare the two sides, Rahul Gandhi is a non-issue, even if the election is of national parliament. Rahul Gandhi is a non-issue. He's not, it doesn't look like a prime ministerial candidate, even within Congress or even within India coalition.
Right.
So the issue Chhattisgarh is facing is corruption of previous Congress government, crimes of Bhupesh Baghel government versus Modi. I may sound a bit strange in comparing one state issue with one national issue, but that is how the air is in Chhattisgarh.
All right. So, Srini sir, the Tina factor that there is no third alternative. We don't see actually any other alternative apart from Modi. So that's the largest sentiment we get from this vote share percentage, what we are seeing. And actually, there is no challenge to Modi at this point of time as far as the issues are concerned, as far as the leadership is concerned of the opposition. So basically, no challenge to Modi as far as Chhattisgarh is concerned.
Yeah, but I'm keen on few issues which I would still like to ask if Mr. Sunil may throw some light on it. One is, 30% of population in Chhattisgarh is tribal, and especially Bastar and Sarguja region. How they reacted to this? Because the narrative which is being set about, even the Ramayana, the way the popular Ramayana, and the tribal, is there any different narrative there? And the other issue is Baghel also tried lots of things like Ramman Gaman Path. He said, but
Yes.
he tried to develop the state and say Ram spent more time, maybe a decade, 10 years out of his 14-year exile in Chhattisgarh, that region. Therefore, he tried to create tourist center. All kinds of things he tried, but none of them seem to have worked in the assembly. We saw that. But since the whole thing is now only focused on two issues, Ram and Modi, I just want to ask, has the effort of, Baghel hasn't worked at all? It seems it didn't work, and it may not work now because this is post temple.
You see, tribal areas of Bastar and Sarguja, they have totally rejected Congress party and Bhupesh. Entire Sarguja voted against Congress. 8 out of 12 seats of Congress, Bastar decided against Congress. So tribals have rejected Congress like anything. And as a matter of fact, all the Ram stories which Bhupesh Baghel government was trying to project, it went against it because the tribals are no great fan of Ram. They do not really support the Ram story and Ram Van Gaman Path. As a matter of fact, Bhupesh Baghel's father, who passed away just last month, he was against Bhupesh Baghel's Hindu ideas, and he had said it to Frontline in an interview that a Hindutva idea is more dangerous than nuclear weapons. And he had thrown the boards of Ram Van Gaman Path of his own son's government. He had opposed it like anything. So tribals were no great fan of Rama schemes in Bastar and Sarguja. So Bhupesh Baghel miscalculated it. That tribal would like Ram story. They didn't. And there are several mysterious things I would like to tell about. The entire exit poll, opinion poll, every poll had projected, Neelu was here, every poll had projected Bhupesh Baghel and Congress coming back to power. It went so totally against it. It went against even my idea that I had always been saying that Congress has an age. And it went against it. And now there is a conspiracy theory that Bhupesh Baghel tried his best to defeat Congress party in the state is some sort of pact with some people in Delhi. That is a conspiracy theory which is logically more convincing to me than any other theory. I do not have any evidence. We cannot have an evidence of such conspiracies. But let me tell you, this theory is the most convincing. There are no other convincing ways to analyze the assembly results which we had seen.
You're absolutely right. And this conspiracy theory is becoming a predominant conspiracy theory because there is a fear and there is a talk amongst the Congress leaders themselves that they themselves do not know who is joining hands, with the BJP and, with the back door. But let me now put out for the viewers the seat share projection, which everybody is waiting for. So here are the Chhattisgarh results for you. In 2024, according to the survey, pre-poll survey conducted by Federal, Putya Talamarai and APT Research Group, there are total number of seats in Chhattisgarh 11, and BJP is likely to win 10, and Congress 1 seat only. So, Srini sir, what would you really say to this result now? Congress just getting 1 seat, and Sunil sir had just mentioned that Congress might not even win 1 seat. That's a possibility he's looking at. So,
I would be really keen to know which 1 seat is this.
Sunil sir, you want to hazard a guess? Which is that 1 seat where Congress is likely to win? Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is one parliamentary seat is there where BJP could not win even one assembly segment. That is Janjgir Champa. That is area of Dr. Charan Das Mahant, who was a speaker, and his wife is one of the 2 sitting MPs of Congress party in Chhattisgarh.
Right.
So Dr. Charan Das Mahant, in his area of influence, could win all 8 assembly segments in his area. BJP has no MLA to make minister from there. They wanted to make one minister from every parliamentary seat.
Okay.
He remains a CLP leader currently.
Yeah, he is not CLP. Yeah, he is CLP leader. And the lead in this parliamentary seat of all assembly segments was 78,000. It is sizable. 78,000 is good numbers. That is one. Another is Congress has won every assembly segment. These two things probably make this one particular seat a good prospect for Congress party. If it wins one seat, probably Jangir Champa would be one.
Right. All right. So, Raghuram, one quick question, and then we move on to the next state, that is Madhya Pradesh, and then I'll come to Deepak Tiwari. Raghuram, when you were conducting this pre-poll survey, what is the general sentiment you got? That people over there do not have any complaints from BJP. It's only the Modi factor, which is the predominant factor. People are talking about price rise and unemployment, as it was shown through those graphics, but that's not going to impact the voting pattern.
As reflected by the response to the free ration scheme, people are happy because the free ration scheme, the beneficiary gets the benefit directly, and perception level about it is very high. And 40% of the population saying our voting intention will be decided on Modi coming back to power. It's a clear signal that it's more or less a one-horse race. But at the same time, Congress vote share in the assembly election is only 4 percentage points. So they have not that they don't have popular support for Lok Sabha. They don't have, and one small minor point is that the differences between the former CM and Mr. T.S. Singh DO, his deputy, is the differences. It's attributed the 4 percentage point gap could have been because of the differences between them, and they didn't work together because slowly Chhattisgarh is going the Madhya Pradesh way, where Congress has a lot of leaders, but none of them work together to make the party win there. So it's a similar thing is happening here. It's a time for the High Command to wake up and ask their generals to patch up and win elections for them.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so BJP is likely to win about 10 seats in Chhattisgarh, but now moving on to Madhya Pradesh. Now let's come on to the key questions which have been asked of the voters in Madhya Pradesh. Now, Madhya Pradesh, recently there was a Vidhan Sabha election, and see the way people have responded. The first question on your screen, which among the following describes the change in your economic status in the past 5 years? These are the same questions which were asked in other states as well. Has seen a change for the better, 39.80, has remained the same, 45.78, has deteriorated, 12.44, others' opinion specifies 0.15, and can't say don't know is 1.83. Then similarly, which are the top 3 schemes of the government led by PM Modi? UPI, that is a digital payment scheme. I think this is predominantly in every state the topmost scheme of the Modi government. 51.85, supply of free rations to over 80 crore people since COVID. 60.59, providing safe drinking water through taps to households. That is 48.64. Financial assistance to farmers through BBT, that is 31.21. Significantly enhancing India's stature internationally, that is 37.04. Significantly improving the quality standards of our national highways, 36.64. And others' opinion, that is again 4.89. Then are you a beneficiary of any of the schemes implemented by the central government? Yes, 44.99. No, 50.77. Others' opinion, 0.79. Can't say don't know is 3.46. Now we'll play out some more questions for you. And these are all the questions which were asked from the voters in Madhya Pradesh. Now, which among the following issues will determine your voting intention in the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections? Price rise, 28.20. Unemployment, 23.16. Modi continuing as PM, that is 36.35. You can look at the predominant factor there. Stable government, 7.46. New government at the center, 8.94. And other issues, 2.91. Then top 3 all-time favorite prime ministers of India: Jawaharlal Nehru, 28.74. Indira Gandhi, 39.80. VP Singh, 5.09. Rajiv Gandhi, 22.72. Narasimha Rao, 8.05. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 55.31. Dr. Manmohan Singh, 29.63. Narendra Modi, a whopping 75.70. And any other leader specified 8.25. Then coming on to the opposition parties, who can make a good prime ministerial candidate in the alphabetical order? You can see Arvind Kejriwal, 14.57. Akhilesh Yadav, 6.42. Mamata Banerjee, 3.26. Nitish Kumar, 2.22. Rahul Gandhi, 21.73. Sharad Pawar, 3.75. Any other leaders, 15.36. And can't say don't know is 32.69. Now, coming to Deepak Tiwari first, that you've seen the set of questions which have been asked from the voters in Madhya Pradesh. So, what does the big picture look like after seeing all these questions and the way the people have responded? To me, the biggest surprise is that people aren't too much bothered about issues like price rise, inflation, but for them, Modi is the biggest factor.
Uh, I don't know much about the methodology of this survey, sample size of this survey, and also I have certain reservations about the questionnaires. But keeping aside all these things,
All
if
right.
about the general atmosphere vis-a-vis the Sabha polls in Madhya Pradesh, so it is almost like Madhya Pradesh assembly election when a month before, 2 months before the polling date, everybody was saying that. And what happened in actual results, we all know. So similarly, everybody in Madhya Pradesh is saying that BJP would be winning these elections. And most likely the tally would be the same, almost the same as it was in 2022. So going by the opinion polls, which were done during assembly polls, in all the 4 states, 5 states where the elections were held. And what happened? You know, like Sunil Kumar, he just said that even he didn't realize that this is going to happen in Chhattisgarh. Nobody was anticipating that this is happening, because what we journalists we were seeing on the ground, and not only we journalists, I mean, I have personally seen some 7 opinion polls, not through media, but from the agencies, most of them from the agencies themselves. None of them, they were predicting this kind of victory for BJP. But this happened. Same thing, Chhattisgarh also, this was not predicted. They were saying that Congress has a little bit of edge. Same was being said for Rajasthan also. And what was being said for Telangana, nobody said that this is going to happen in Telangana, that Congress would be sweeping. So, and especially when these opinion polls, they are held 2 months ahead of the exact voting date. So you never know. And the kind of voting pattern we have seen in Madhya Pradesh during last election, like BJP had a vote share of, it's above 10% from Congress. Congress is almost intact at around 40% of its vote share. But if you go by the assembly segments, you will realize that there are some 35 assembly constituencies where BJP won by a margin of over 50 to 1.5 lakh votes. So the total vote share, which was, which added to the final figure, they were derived from these 35 assembly constituencies. Secondly, among the tribal constituencies and the tribal voters of Madhya Pradesh, I mean, they haven't veered away from Congress. Yes, what had happened in those constituencies where these constituents assembly segments were ST constituencies, that the general caste, they didn't vote for Congress, but the tribals, they are still intact with Congress party, and this has been proved by the post poll things which had happened. Coming to minorities is not a big number in Madhya Pradesh. They are around 7%. And if you go by the assembly results, there are some 5-6 seats where actually Congress has done better than BJP. As of today, when you extrapolate Ram Temple issue on BJP, yes, everybody is saying that BJP is winning hands down. Modi is the figure. But when you go down, Madhya Pradesh election, assembly election, were not all about Hindutva or Narendra Modi. They were more about Shivraj Singh and his flagship scheme of that Ladli Behna. Shivraj Singh is now not in the leadership role. Ladli Behna thing is being continued, but everybody knows that this is still Lok Sabha election, and there is a sense of unease among women that because they didn't made Shivraj Singh chief minister again, so this scheme might not continue for long. So there are so many factors which are in the play. Yes, Modi is an overarching factor or one of the key issue in this election. But also we must not forget that things how they are developing. The kind of government BJP has installed in Madhya Pradesh, till date, it is almost over 2 months. The state government doesn't have a direction where it is going.
Right.
Till date, the chief minister, the newly appointed chief minister, I mean, except for banning those loudspeakers that they cannot play after 10 p.m. in the
But
night.
let me interrupt you at this point of time. You are saying that the newly elected government doesn't know in which direction it is moving. And this survey, as I told the viewers, just to remind them that the survey was conducted in December 2023, January 2024. Now, let's play out on the screen what the pre-poll survey says as far as the vote share prediction is concerned for Madhya Pradesh. Now, there you go on the screen. BJP 63.16. Despite all the challenges which Deepak Tiwari just pointed out, it's a whopping vote share 63.16. Congress 23.11. BSP 1.83. And others' opinion is 2.91%. Can't say don't know is 8.99. Now, let me also play out the graphics where we are doing a comparison between 2024 and 2019. Now, if I may request my colleague, yeah. So there you have the screen. In 2019, BJP had a vote share of 58.54, and in 2024, it enhances to 63.16. Congress in 2019 had a vote share of 34.82, and in 2024, it has come down to 23.11. BSP was 2.4% in 2019. It has come down to 1.83. And others 2.91. Can't say don't know again is 8.99. But look at the seats. The number of seats BJP won in 2019 was 28, and Congress won only a single seat. Now, we'll put out the seat projections later, but let's come on to the discussion. Raghuram, I'm coming to you. This vote share percentage, what does that mean? Deepak Tiwari just pointed out the kind of challenges which we are seeing since the time the newly elected government has been there on the hot seat. Not much has moved, but despite that, BJP has an overwhelming support. So what would you really say to this data set?
In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the gap between the BJP and the Congress was 24 percentage points. In the recently concluded Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections, that gap had narrowed down to 8 percentage points. Based on our opinion poll findings, the gap has widened to 40 percentage points. So point number one, support base for the Congress is there, just that it has not been harnessed enough to narrow down this gap. Maybe they will narrow it down in the days to come. But like in Chhattisgarh, their base is there. But for the Lok Sabha election, I think people have decided at the time of this poll was conducted to back the BJP. And another thing is, in Madhya Pradesh, nearly 45% of the voters have said they are a direct beneficiary of one of the schemes of the present government. So that could be an influencing factor when it comes to deciding on who they will vote for in the coming Lok Sabha elections. And just one point in defense of opinion polls, I'm not speaking for me. In Telangana, the vote share between the Congress and the TRS was just 2 percentage points. And in Chhattisgarh, it was only 4 percentage points. Error factors in opinion polls are usually about 3 percentage points. No, the opinion polls do go wrong at times, but several times, I think at least 7 to 8 on 10, they get it accurately. It's an evolving science, and a lot has developed in the past few years. And going ahead, I think opinion polls will become far more accurate and reliable.
Right. All right. So let's put out on the screen, because the time is limited. I want to put out the seat projection now for Madhya Pradesh. And if I may ask my colleague to put out that graphics for you. So here it goes. Madhya Pradesh, BJP is likely to win 28 out of 29 seats. Their total number of seats is 29. BJP likely to win 28, and Congress only one seat. Now, again, Congress seems to be like a failing force. Srinisa, if I may come to you, what would you really comment to this seat share projection which we are seeing? Can there be a variation in the coming months, the way the campaign builds up? Is Congress in a position to win maybe more than one seat?
Yeah, I think what is really here crucial is how this politics of Madhya Pradesh has developed. It's a moderate states, unlike in the heartland, other states, Uttar Pradesh or other, Madhya Pradesh has been moderate. Here, what is interesting is uh, the mandate in 2018 was actually snatched from the party, Congress party. And the 22 MLAs, along with Jyotiradittya Scindia, in his leadership, they vaulted. They went away to the other side. In the case of, a similar thing happened in Karnataka, but then the mandate, the chief minister and the deputy chief minister got together, Siddaramaiah and Shivkumar, and they managed to bring it back. In the case of Madhya Pradesh, again, I think many people believe that because the two-party system and Congress has quite a good base there, that they will be they will be probably able to make a comeback. But in the assembly elections, that didn't happen. And these are parliamentary elections. Of course, the sentiments are very different between a parliamentary election and an assembly election. So it would be really, is it really the question is a failure of local leadership to organize themselves, and the Kamal Nath's deviation trying to meddle in, bit in soft Hindutva did really backfire. And, is that the main reason? Is the leadership is a big question there. I assume that that's one issue which is staring in the face of the Congress party. And if Tiwari has any response on this, he may quickly give. I mean, is it really the leadership collapse there?
Right. Deepak, you want to comment on this? That is there a leadership collapse completely? Though Congress has tried to put in people like Jitu Patwari now, who seem to be very, very active. But are there chances? I mean, well, if you look at the seat projection, the seat share projection, it says that Congress is only in a position to win one seat. Do you see any kind of any possibility of this figure improving, or the number is almost like a reality?
No, I mean, if last time it was less than, it was some 34% for Congress, and now it's only 23. So now if it is, I mean, decreasing by 9%, then I don't think that they will be even getting one seat for that matter. But the thing is that you are right that Congress leadership in Madhya Pradesh has collapsed because of the egos and towering ambitions of the Congress leaders in Madhya Pradesh, then the inability of Congress High Command to properly manage Madhya Pradesh. And now Madhya Pradesh Congress is in shambles, because the way the leaders they are still behaving, I don't think that anybody is serious for Lok Sabha polls. So let's see what happens. But one thing is sure that uh, despite all this, anything can happen in polls now.
No, but Deepak, you were mentioning about Congress, but I'm also interested in knowing about BJP. What is happening with the senior leaders? Shivraj Chauhan, how is he? Has he come in line totally with BJP? Because there were reports earlier that he wasn't very happy with the way things happened. He wasn't made the chief minister. So, what about these factors? That there's a simmering discontent. Can it really play out and impact the Lok Sabha elections?
No, no, this won't happen in BJP. He has fallen in line. The
Okay.
days of Uma Bharatis and
Hmm.
they are over now. So don't expect that anything will happen in Madhya Pradesh from the side of leadership. And the way things are being run in Madhya Pradesh now, it's Madhya Pradesh is almost like a union territory. The Prime Minister office of this country, I have been told, I don't know whether it is, you know, it is actually there or not, that they have a special cell for Madhya Pradesh. Even the ministers of previous government, when they were not vacating their official residences, the file has to go to Prime Minister office. So it was the Prime Minister office who decided which house will go to which minister and how he will vacate. So, when the orders, they came from there. So everybody started vacating their houses. So this is there. So let's see what happens, because thinking that electorate, the voters, they don't know, this is wrong in this age. They know what is happening. So let's see what happens, because as far as opinion polls are concerned, I have my reservations for them, especially after what had happened in the last assembly polls in the three states, particularly about Madhya Pradesh. I mean, all the opinion polls which were there in Madhya Pradesh, they were giving clear-cut victory to Congress. And when the results came, it was diametrically opposite. So, so
Okay.
see what happens. But as of now, yes, if you go by Narendra Modi factor and the Ram Temple factor, then yes. But then if you go by the factors, like one of the important factor during last assembly election was that Patwari recruitment scam. It was only yesterday the state government gave a clean chit, and all the 13 lakh applicants of that Patwari exam, they are now, they are saying, what is this happening? So we
All
will
right.
have to see what happens.
All right, so we'll have to wait and watch. But as of now, BJP looks like a very strong force in Madhya Pradesh. No challenge at all. Modi being the most predominant factor. Now let's come on to Rajasthan, uh, the desert state, which everybody has been waiting for. And look at the key set of questions which were asked from the voters. And then I'll come to my panelist, Manish Godha. Now, the key questions were again the same, which among the following describes best the change in your economic status in the 5 years? Has seen a change for the better, 36.17, has remained the same, 44.84, has deteriorated, 15.71. Other opinion, 1.31. Can't say don't know is 1.96. The top three schemes of the government: UPI, 59.03. Free rations to 80 crore people, 53.63. Providing safe drinking water through taps, 33.22. Financial assistance to farmers through DBT, 36.06. Significantly enhancing India's stature internationally, 45.88. Significantly improving the quality standards of our national highways, 41.03. Other opinion, 4.69. Then are you a beneficiary of any of the schemes implemented by the central government? Yes, 32.79. No, 63.78. Other opinion, 1.75. Can't say don't know is 1.69. Now let's move on to some more questions which were asked from the voters in Rajasthan. The next slide for you. Which among the following issues will determine your voting intention in the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections? Price rise, 30.33. Unemployment, 29.35. Modi continuing as PM, 31.15. Stable government, 9.77. New government at the center, 7.20. Other issues specify 4.69. So just about 7.20% of the people want a new government at the center. Top three all-time favorite prime ministers of India. Narendra Modi, 75.45. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 56.85. Then Indira Gandhi, 34.86. And then Jawaharlal Nehru, 26.57. And I think the least popular is VP Singh. Any other leader, 26.57. Can't say don't know is 34.86. Amongst the opposition leaders, who do you think can make a good prime ministerial candidate in the alphabetical order? Arvind Kejriwal, 19.59. Akhilesh Yadav, 2.89. Mamta Banerjee, 4.26. Nitish Kumar, 2.56. Rahul Gandhi, 14.95. So which means that Rahul Gandhi is a little less popular than Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal seems to be more popular in Rajasthan. Sharad Pawar, 3.22. Any other leader, 17.57. Can't say don't know is 34.97. Now let me straight away go to Manish Godha, who joins us from Rajasthan. Manish, Arvind Kejriwal is more popular than Rahul Gandhi. And what do you really feel about the data sets, the questions which have been asked from the people in Rajasthan? What does the big picture look like?
I think after the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lala in Ayodhya and a convincing win in assembly elections, I think this is going to be BJP once again in Rajasthan, just like previous two elections. And the numbers may change. What I'm saying is that, and it is because of the Congress has the kind of support the Congress has got. It was not that miserable defeat that was expecting that was being expected. 69 seats in out of 200. What we were expecting, it was just below 50. So 69 seats, I think, is a good number for Congress that was going through with so many conflicts for last 5 years, and also. So I think these 69 seats is going to may give a good support, may show a kind of good support for Congress in the Lok Sabha elections. But what I want to say is that Rajasthan is the one state, and among the others like Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, but the way in which voters have voted in 2019 election, it was 2018 when Congress got the power in Rajasthan, and in 2019 the vote has totally shifted to a BJP. So the kind of smartness the voter is showing in electing a state government and then electing a national government, I think this is something what is important, and this is something what I feel that is going to happen this time also. BJP has got only 115 seats. We were expecting a good number from BJP. We were expecting about 130, but they confined to 150, and we were expecting Congress to go beyond below 50, and they got 69. I think this is a very important factor which has to be taken care of, and which has to be looked into when we talk about the Lok Sabha election. This These 69 seats are from the regions spreading in the northwestern Rajasthan, like in Sikar, Shekhawati, Churu, Junjunu, and western side of the state. These are these. This is the belt which is known as the Jat belt of the part of Rajasthan, and known as the Kisan belt, the farmers belt of Rajasthan.
Right. So we'll come to those issues. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let's play out the vote share prediction first, and then we will come on to those factors, because there's a farmers' agitation which has revived once again. How much of it will impact the Lok Sabha elections? So here is the vote share prediction chart for you. BJP with a vote share, likely vote share prediction is 61.05, Congress 26.95, Rashtriya Loktantric Party, that is RLP, 1.42, other opinion 2.89, and can't say don't know is 7.69. Now let's see out the comparative vote share percentage as well, where we will compare it with the 2019 figures in terms of the vote share and the number of Lok Sabha seats. If I may ask my colleague to play out the chart of 2019, which shows a comparative figure. Nisha, if you're there, yeah. So 2019, BJP had a vote share of 59.07. 2024, it's likely to have a vote share of 61.05. Congress was 34.59% vote share, and it has come down to 26.95. And Rashtriya Loktantric Party had a vote share of 2.06 in 2019 elections, and it has come down to 1.42. Other opinions 2.89, can't say don't know 7.69. But if you look at the number of seats in 2019, BJP won 24 seats, and RLP just won, of course, a single seat. So 25 seats are in total in Rajasthan. So let's go straight into the discussion. And but let me come to Manish now. That Manish, what would you really say to this vote share percentage chart which we had just shown? Do you think that it's something close to what is really happening on the ground? You said that Congress has a chance of revival because Congress hasn't done too badly either. So when it comes to the vote share percentage, do you think it's something what is very close to what you're seeing, the way things are unfolding? You were just speaking about the yard belt and the farmers' agitation, which has already revived. So all this, will it impact the prospects of BJP?
Congress will lose vote share, definitely. To, it may get some good votes in comparison to what it had get in.
Raghuram, can you just mute yourself? I think there is some audio disturbance coming from there. Yes, Manish, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I think the difference may decrease a bit. I think Congress can get some good votes from the northern part of the state, and yes, it is going to decrease. The vote share is going to decrease for Congress compared to Vidhan Sabha election. But I think the difference between both the parties, with the vote share between both the parties, will not as predicted in is not going to be as predicted in this opinion poll. What my suggestion is, what my opinion is that this the Congress is consolidating itself now in Rajasthan. It seems like that because okay, there are differences.
Consolidation in terms of what? Consolidation, when you say it's trying to consolidate, what does that mean in terms of leadership, in terms of strategy? How does it play out?
I think they are consolidating on the leadership issue. I think this time, like Ashok Gehlot is almost sidelined now. He is not active at present. Sachin Pilot is doing something, and the local leadership is doing something. I don't know how much will they able to serve the party from all this, but I think there is some kind of consolidation. What we had seen in last
Does it
5.
mean, Manish, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but does it mean that are they better prepared than what they were during the Vidhan Sabha elections?
It seems like that they are doing this, they are doing exercise, they are pitching some good ideas, they are working quite unitedly now, it seems like that. And but what is happening in overall the ground situation is that the BJP is working much better than them. Like what I'm saying is that they didn't get any seat in last election. RLP was in coalition with BJP, so it was all 25 with BJP. Now I think Congress may get some 1 or 2 seats. That is I'm predicting because of the 69 seats they have got in the assembly elections. And the way in which the party is now functioning, they are consolidating, they are working unitedly. The issues that were present in during the assembly elections are now almost has been resolved, although there are problems for them, like Mahendrajit Singh Malviya, who's a CWC member from the tribal belt, is may go to BJP. There are rumors that he may go to BJP. Some Jat leader is also planning to go to BJP. So there are problems for them, but still I feel that the support they got in the northwestern Rajasthan in assembly elections will definitely give them something to. And what I want to point out is that Prime Minister Modi is focusing more in Rajasthan for next.
What is the reason? Is Vasundhara the factor? Is Vasundhara Raje the factor why he's focusing more on Rajasthan?
I don't think Vasundhara Raje is any factor because just like Shivraj Singh, he's also fall in line with the party. But what I'm trying to say that 69 seats of Congress is a kind of is something which is BJP is afraid of. I
All
think
All
they
right.
are like Modi, Prime Minister Modi had come to Rajasthan with Macron just before the 26th January 26th Republic Day parade, and before that, look, he has been here for about 2-3 times just after the elections.
All
This
right.
is
Right.
this is what is very important. I feel that he's focusing on Rajasthan especially. The major issue of ERCP has been resolved just after the elections. They tried to resolve the issue between Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. That was the core issue of Eastern Rajasthan
Right.
ERCP.
All right.
So
Yes.
they're doing it.
Right. So basically, you're saying that there aren't too many challenges for BJP. So let's, before I come to Srini sir, let's play out that seat share projection chart for you in Rajasthan. So what does the picture in the desert state look like? So there you have it on the screen. 25 seats, Lok Sabha seats, and BJP seems to be winning 24, and Congress is likely to win 1 seat. So over to you, Srini sir. What would you really say? What does this picture look like? And as what Manish was saying, that Congress winning 69 seats. So can it not better its prospects than what this 1 seat projection is showing?
I would see parliament election completely different light from assembly election. Uh, Probably if I go by what our friend is saying, that party leaders are getting together, maybe it will be late. Isli, look, people also look at a larger picture of who's going to be the prime ministerial candidate, who's the kind of leader they are going to. And if you look at the survey, it seems to be indicating that Modi is extremely popular there, and they're not giving up. For instance, uh, this Mahendrajit Singh Malviya, which he mentioned, he's apparently a tall tribal leader, and his influence is there in the state and has been one of the oldest stalwarts of the Congress party. And the party is not giving up. BJP is not giving up. They are also trying to poach Jat leaders. So the thing is constantly going on. It's, you see, almost like wherever they see that there are areas to be covered, there is a prime minister was there today in Jaipur addressing a meeting. So they do both the things together. On the one hand, there is a constant reminding of the voters the kind of developmental work or the kind of benefits or the whole dream of Vikasit Bharat, which the Modi keeps giving. On the one hand, there's a constant generation. On the other hand, these kind of work still goes on, like trying to break away Malviya, trying to get others into the party fold. And these are serious challenges which keep coming from BJP. BJP, I think, is not a party to be even one day, if there is anybody relaxes and think that things are okay and it will sort out. It won't. So I would really like to know if the Congress party really has any challenge for that. Can they really come up to this and face them?
Manish, you would want to comment on this?
I totally agree with Srini, sir, that BJP is more prepared than Congress. It is evident. It is quite evident. And the one more.
Okay, Manish, I'm interrupting you. I'll just take one quick comment from Raghuram because he has to leave. And I'll take a quick comment and then come back to you again. Yes, Raghuram.
No, I think has scope to lost ground, and they'll be able to narrow the gap, and probably if they do that, they may even get 2 seats. No, so and the vote share gap in the assembly election is very minor. So for a political party, it is the base that matters, and more or less the Congress base is intact. If the Sachin Pilot and the Gujars had voted en bloc to the Congress, I think the outcome of the assembly elections would have been different.
Yes, Manish. Yeah, you make your point now.
Yes, BJP is looking more prepared than Congress. There's no doubt about that. What is important that they fielded 6 of their MPs in assembly elections. So they are trying to counter the anti-incumbency also with that. Those 6 seats will now be replaced by some other person. And we are hearing that they are going to change around 15 tickets in Rajasthan. So they are preparing, and that is what I think, that they are more focusing on Rajasthan. PM Modi is coming to Rajasthan. Amit Shah is about to come to Rajasthan in the next week. So this is something that I feel that they are having some sense or some worries about the various seats of Rajasthan. Like we have heard that 11 11 parliamentary seats have been identified as the challenge seats for the BJP. So I think this is something what, and yes, they are more prepared in compared to the Congress. They are more prepared. There is no doubt about it. And the leadership issue is not there as such, because the chief minister is something what has been uh, given to Rajasthan. So he was not there in any race. So there is no, I think, leadership issues also as such. Narendra Modi is the only face, and the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lala has done everything for BJP. I think now they have not have to do anything like, and a sense of there is a sense of feeling that yes, BJP can deliver. So all these factors are there for BJP. But what I'm saying, that compared to last two elections, Congress has some good
All right.
news.
So they have a better chance this time. All right. So Congress looks in a much better position than the last two elections. And one important input, which Manish Goda has given, that 11 seats, 11 Lok Sabha seats where BJP feels that it is a little in a jittery position. So we'll have to wait and watch how things unfold. We'll have to end it here. And on Monday, we meet again with some more states. Just dropping you a little hint that maybe we'll move towards the south, but which are the states, you'll have to wait and watch. But we're bringing you this All India pre-polls survey conducted by the Federal, Putya Thalamarai and Apt Research Group. Stay tuned to the Federal and send us your feedback. Thank you so much, Sunil sir, for joining. Manish Goda, thank you so much. Srini sir, thank you so much. And Raghuram, thank you very much for joining the debate.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.